What's going on, Organic Growth Nation? This is Cameron Devon Crew in the building this evening, ladies and gentlemen, located in a high rise just off the strip, location unknown, because I'm James Bond, a super player like Eddie Murphy and I Spy. You know what I'm saying? 51 and 0. I'm Cameron Devon Crew, baby. So, what I want to do this evening is talk to my fellas. And a lot of times when I make content, the content is about how women can level up and how men can level up. And a lot of times both the men and the women can listen to the content and gain value from that. Tonight, we're going to have a special episode strictly for the players. Now, ladies, you can tune in to understand men, but this game, this knowledge, this advice is really for all the players out there, all the players in training, all the player wannabes. So before we get into the knowledge, before we get into the extracurricular fundamental breakdown of how to become a superior man, a player, a super player, you know what I'm saying? I do have some chamomile tea. Yes, indeed. Look at the pour game on him now. Oh, you hear that? It's like that Coca-Cola commercial before you go see the movie, like the all over the ice, like that. Hell no, but I'm drinking chamomile, baby. He is organic. And shout out to all the she's organic women out here in Organic Growth Nation. Yes, indeed. Make sure you keep it alkaline bust down. Stay healthy on a hater. Drink a green juice in the morning when you wake up after you hit that club, trying to get your dollars up, baby. Drink a smoothie. Midday, get you a salad. And put some romaine lettuce into it. A micro kale. Put some arugula. Maybe some baby bok choy. Maybe some fresh bell peppers. Oh, get you some green onions or maybe some leeks if you real fly and fancy with the game. And finish it off with some portobello mushrooms. But if you're trying to get your mind right, get the lion's mane mushroom. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop into the game. I know you're like, Cameron, we came to listen to you today to spit. So I'm about to spit. I'm about to flow. Now, the message I have tonight is for all the men who want to become a player with theirs. So, Cameron, you're like, what do you mean be a player? Let me break that down for you. A player is a man who has understanding of how to navigate life, how to deal with the challenges that come up, and how to achieve the ends that you picture for yourself. So being a player is being savvy in terms of your self-development. It's being savvy in terms of your financial management. It's being savvy in terms of your relationship skills. And it's being savvy in terms of maintaining your health. If you can do all of that, then you can lead another person toward the same. So being a player is having enough knowledge about life to be able to lead other men, and more importantly, your woman or women, toward a better living situation. Upgrade the lifestyle, upgrade the mentality, upgrade the level of self-development, upgrade the financial situation. There are three things that all young men, I would say 17 to 24, need to know. Number one, and take out your pad and your pen, take notes. Number one, men, the first thing that you need to do before you embark on this journey to manhood, to playerism, is that you need to identify and discover your purpose. Now, what is purpose? Because there's a lot of content on that. A lot of people speak on it, and it always sounds esoteric. Let me make it real plain Jane for you. Your purpose is simply that which you are moving toward throughout the course of your entire life. If you were going to die today, what would you have done and left as a gift for your woman, your family, your friends, your outer circle, and the world at large that would benefit them, that you want to be remembered for. So you need to know what the ending of your life is going to be about, your legacy. That is purpose. A great way to discover what your purpose actually is to ask yourself this question. If I only had 3 years to live, and there's no way around it, there's no medical thing that's gonna save you from it, 3 years from now, you're gonna be out this motherfucker. What would you do with the last 3 years that you have? And I'm not talking about going and checking things off your bucket list. I'm talking about if you had to work and leave something behind and you only had 3 years, what would you do with those 3 years? That's probably what your purpose is. Now, when you know your purpose, and everybody, if you have your sheet of paper, draw a circle in the middle of the page and write purpose inside of it. At the top of the page, I want you to write vision. And I want you to draw a line from the middle, where we wrote purpose, to the vision. That straight line is direction. And I want you to write tick marks along that line going towards the vision. In life, when we're moving towards where we want to go, our goals are basically everything that's preventing us from being at that next step we want to be at. So you reverse engineer what your goals are. You don't make goals up willy-nilly. Oh, I think I should make $6,000 next month. No. What's your vision? How is it connected to your purpose? And what can you do now to move you closer to it? Oh, okay, so I'm gonna need to start a business in real estate. So that's goal number 1. You write that down. And then you need to direct the course of your life towards moving towards that vision. Now, when you do this, it makes you a focused man. And moving towards the vision that you have in life to fulfill your purpose, it will force you to upgrade your mentality, to upgrade your skills, and to upgrade your quality of being so that you can go from where you are at this low down place, a broke, dusty dude with no game, you know what I'm saying? No real bank account, no phone, driving in your woman's car. It's gonna make you level all that up so that you can move forward towards being a prosperous player. Now, when you start moving along in your journey and you start developing these skills and these qualities and these character attributes, it's going to make you a more solid man. And that is going to make you qualified to have feminine women be inside your life, submitting to you and following your leadership. That's what I have. I started my journey in 2012. I read Think and Grow Rich, and then I read The Magic of Believing, and then I read The Magic of Thinking Big. And then I read a whole bunch of books about business, self-development, shout out to Anthony Robbins, marketing, shout out to Seth Godin. And I just read and read psychology, how the mind works. I read about health. I read about the economy. I read about history. And I got an understanding of the world in micro subjects and macro subjects. And I started 5 businesses before I ever had one business that I really made money from. And that was my business now, Organic Growth. But I started a cleaning company. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. I started a e-commerce company, 2 of them, as a matter of fact. And I started a media company. That was a massive failure because you need a lot of bread to be in that game. But now, with all that knowledge, and I'm rewinding a little bit back to 2019, 2020, with all of that knowledge and experience behind me, I knew what the fuck I was doing. And I had developed skills of how to deal with people, how to negotiate, how to communicate. And I was making more money in my corporate job, but I wasn't making money in business. But I had the knowledge of how to keep my health right, how to make some money, how to manage the money. I understood investing, and I understood how to deal with people. So when I was meeting women, my priority, my prerogative was, where are you trying to go in life, young lady? What is your agenda? What are your qualities? What's your character? What's your personality? And if I can give you some knowledge, some game on how to upgrade what you're doing so you can better achieve that, then I'm qualified to lead you. You see, a lot of you players in training want a woman to submit to you, but you're really not qualified to have a woman submit. And what I mean by that is, if a woman was to fully submit to you and follow you to the end of the earth, follow every instruction down to the letter, you would drive that woman to the ground. She will be a dusty woman because your game is not on point. So you have to live this life thing and go through failures and learn from the failures and get lessons and knowledge and wisdom so that you can actually give accurate leadership and advice and guidance to a person who is beneath you. And the only reason that a woman, and this is some game for women, the only reason that you should choose a man is not because he has money, not because he's good looking, not because he has nice shit, not because he lives in a nice place, you know what I'm saying? Not because he drives a convertible, you know what I'm saying? But that could be a reason. But you should choose a man because this man has knowledge to lead you to a place that you could not lead yourself. And that's deep in the game. Now, men, you have to become that man. And women have to be a woman who's capable and qualified to follow an adequate leader. I'm going to say that again. Men, you have to be a thorough leader, but women, you have to be a solid woman. You got to be able to listen, internalize some wisdom that's above your paradigm, apply that, and upgrade yourself. A lot of women are super used to dealing with dusty, ignorant, lame, thirsty, controlling, bust-ass niggas. If you want to upgrade your life, though, you have to get to a place above that. Now, I understand why a lot of women don't want to be submissive to a lot of men because these dudes are whack. But you got to be able to see past that and understand that, no, it's not that being submissive is whack. It's that choosing the wrong man is whack. So if you really want to be thorough and have a solid dude on your left side, 2 steps ahead of you, you're 1 step behind, then you got to make sure that you're a qualified follower, and that's not as easy as it sounds. There's something we say in the pimping game, which is that when you meet a woman, the first thing you do is you let her know what your campaign is. I have this going on, baby. I'm living like this, and I'm going here. If you want to be on this time, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You give her your number and say, do that. Tap in with me when you do that and call me next Sunday at 5 p.m. If she can't do it, then the woman can't follow instructions. She ain't no good. It doesn't matter how fine she is. It doesn't matter how fat the ass is. It doesn't matter how good the breast job was. If a woman can't follow instructions that are thorough and sound, she's absolutely no use to you. So I say all that to say, my fellas, when you learn this game and get some knowledge and wisdom, and you have some proper instructions to spit to a woman, don't spit instructions to a woman who's not qualified to follow the instructions. You got to be more thorough in choosing a woman who actually can follow those instructions to ultimately help you manifest what you're trying to go towards in achieving that direction in life. Now, the second thing, that was purpose, and I kind of went on a long tangent. The second thing all my men need to do is to surrender to a path of self-development. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill said, what we have to do to become wealthy is master self, because there are 30 common causes to failure, and there are 30 common causes to self-destruction. If you don't have mastery over self, you are likely, even if you have the talent, the potential, you are likely to ruin it by Overindulging in food, becoming obese and unhealthy. Overindulging in alcohol, becoming a drug addict, using other drugs. You will succumb to relationships for validation when the relationships are not nurturing to you. They're toxic, not healthy. You will succumb to boredom and fuck off all your time where you could have been working towards that vision that you have for yourself. And I could go on, but read the book. When you have self-mastery, it basically means that you have the ability to do what you need to do to move forward in life, regardless of how you feel. You have the ability to do what you need to do, regardless of how you feel. You were up late working at night, and you did that, and you didn't want to, you were tired, but you did it because you needed to make that one little step in your business. Now you wake up in the morning, you know you gotta work out. I don't feel like working out, but nigga, I'm doing this because this is what I'm doing. I'm committed to the journey. So you go to the gym, you crank it out. It's not your best workout, but you do it. You come back home. Man, I'm tired. I need a glucose hit. I need some sugar. I feel like eating a sandwich. I feel like eating, some bullshit, some hash browns. But no, we need to get a fruit smoothie or a green juice. And that's going to help us be more stable throughout this work process. The later part of your day, you got a female, with a fat ass and some titties. She's like, hey, what are you doing? I just got off, like, but on some real, you have work you got to do. So what are you going to do? You going to let her come over and suck the D, or you going to be like, hey, I'm busy right now, unfortunately. I got to work on this business plan. Most dudes are going to get that head, and they're going to put that business plan on the back burner. Let's be real. You got to be more disciplined than that. And you got to be more focused on where you're going in life than that. And a lot of times, men will choose women who, because they're hot, they're attractive, they turn them on sexually, but she's not a good woman. They choose that woman and get into a relationship a little bit down the line. The woman shows her true colors of Hodom. She's superwoman with the Hodom, you know what I mean? Pink, burgundy, and blue, just going out here, platters of dicks, sucking them, fucking them, riding them, all that, anal, everything. Now, oh shit, she's exposed. But the American court system favors the woman. So what happens to you? She divorces you. Now you lost half your net worth. Now we done took 50% step backwards. All because of your lack of discipline and your lack of ethic and being clear in screening the people you let inside your life. This your fault. It ain't the woman's fault. That's her hustle. And more power to you, baby. If you got that 50% for me, put it in my hand. Anyway, you have to master discipline because you have to be able to do the right thing regardless of how you feel in any moment in life, in any part of your life, in any situation. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is that, and what was the number 3? Purpose, self-development. Hey, let's come back. You gotta edit this out though. It's gonna come back to me. Damn, I'm a player. I'm a player. Oh, money. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have to master money. And this is the deep one. There's 2 sides of the coin. Number 1 is making the money because you can't manage something that's not in your hands. You have to be masterful at bringing in revenue and income. And the other side of the coin is that you have to be masterful at managing it, which basically means not losing it. So let's get into it. How do you make money? Well, number 1, being in business, being in the economy, being of value, the golden rule is that if you want money, you first have to provide value Or actually, let me back up. You have to. All right, well, fuck, goddamn it. Let me back up. Cut all that out. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have to master finances. You have to master money. There's 2 sides to the coin. Number 1 is that you have to be good at bringing in them dollars, bringing in revenue, bringing in coins. Number 2 is you have to be good at managing what you brought in so it doesn't slip through your fingers. A lot of people can make money for a short period of time and then end up broke. There's a huge percentage of NFL players and NBA players and rappers who make hella money, more money than most of us would ever make in our life. But by the time they're 40, 50 outside the career, they broke, dusty, elbows ashy, shoulder ashy, knees ashy, toenails crusty, fingernails not gleaming and glistening like the play Cameron Devon crew. You know what I mean? To master getting money, you need to internalize the golden rule. The golden rule is that if you want to bring in revenue, first, you have to provide value. Second, you have to get customers who want to pay for the value you provided. And that's deep. A lot of my ladies on Instagram and social media and TikTok today think that just because you put up attractive, sexy photos of yourself, that you should gain or garner some kind of value from that. No. What you're doing is putting up content for yourself. You're trying to get validation and attention and praise. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't look good online, but the reason I'm successful and I have fewer followers than many people, but more money than a lot of people with more followers than me, is that my content is valuable. I make content that helps the individual on the other side of the camera. And a lot of women, when you put photos out with your titties out, your ass to the side, your facial features, your nails, your hair, glowing, gleaming, and glistening and popping, yeah, it looks good for you, but what is the end user getting from that? Really think about that. When someone scrolls through your page, what are they gonna get that's gonna make them different after that? The answer is probably a micro erection at best, maybe a jack off and a butt. That nigga who's lame as a motherfucker living in his grandma's basement busted a nut, but his life ain't no different because he watched your content. So my men and my women, you need to make content, just an example, that actually benefits people, that's utility for people. Now, in the business world of product and service, you have to identify problems, determine a solution, bring that solution to creation, make it repeatable so that you can kind of scale it to a certain degree and sell it to people, and then help people by alleviating them of that problem that you identified a solution for. That's providing value. Most people don't do it because they think about themselves so much. They're not outside of themselves enough to understand how people are struggling, what help people need, and how you could be of service to them. Now, managing the money. This basically comes down to self-discipline. You have to know what your priorities are in life. A lot of dudes trick off their rent money at the strip club because they want some sexual gratification. The problem is, player, you tricked off your rent money. So when the first comes around, it's the 21st, when the first rolls around, you can't go to the landlord and be like, hey man, last month it was dry. You know what I mean? Like my girl left me 2 months ago. I ain't been on no dates. I really ain't had sex. So I was like, my homie was like, hey, let's go to the strip club. You can't be like, hey man, like it was a drought out here. You know what I mean? So that's why I spent that money. You can't do that. That shit don't work. You gotta have the bottom line when the bottom line is due. So prioritize your living expenses. Make sure your rent is covered. Make sure your car note is paid. Make sure your insurance is paid for your car. Make sure your health benefits are paid and covered. If you have a family, make sure the food is on the table. Make sure that everybody is adequately clothed. And make sure that you have enough money for a little bit of leisure and enjoyment. Because nobody wants to be in a situation where their entire life is bland. You dig what I'm saying? Because they will flip on you at a certain point, no matter how down they are. And you need to manage your finances not just for the present and the near future, but the long-term future. That means that you need to save and you need to invest. And that means that if you ain't making a certain degree of money where you can buy some jewelry, expensive shoes, nice suits, live in a nice place, you need to make sure that you're setting aside enough money so that whatever lifestyle you have, you can afford that lifestyle in the future when you're not working. You got to think about that. When you hit a certain age, you need to be able to take care of yourself for another fucking 20 years. If you're 60 and retire, you might die at 80. Later, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you die at 80 though. You need enough money set up through your savings and investments that you can take care of yourself and whoever's with you for 20 years. That means maybe you don't go to Greece. Maybe you don't go on vacations every year. Maybe you don't go to the club and buy drinks for women that ain't fucking with you anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go back and recap it. If you want to be a thorough player, a thorough man in the game, be a superior man, he's organic. What you need to do is master. Well, number one, what you need to do is identify your purpose, master self-development, and master financial management. If you do that, you can live the life you want to live. You can have the lifestyle that you want to have. You can have the happiness that you want to have, the enjoyment, the fulfillment. You can have the women that you want to have. And you will be free of constraints, burdens, and pain. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to end this podcast with a quick exercise to help you get centered before you go about your morning, afternoon, or evening. Let me get a sip of tea. It's going to be a quick breathing exercise. This is called square breathing. I'm a yoga instructor. This is called square breathing. It centers you. Every breath is going to be a 4 count. In through the nose and out through the nose. So, follow me. Exhale all the air out your lungs. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold at the top for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold at the top for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. Sit back and relax. I'm going to leave you with this. Wherever you're at, close your eyes. Feel the space around you. See where you're at without opening your eyes. Give thanks for the vessel that you're inside your body. Give thanks for your health. Your hair, your face, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingernails, your core, your genitalia, your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Give thanks for your organs, your heart, lungs, your kidney, your liver, your spleen, your colon. Give thanks for your cells, replicating and keeping you going in life. Now take your energy outside yourself and give thanks for the air around you if you're breathing. Every inhale and exhale is perpetuating your life, regardless of what you're going through. Give thanks for your floor, your walls, your ceiling. Give thanks for your furniture, your bed, your couch, your seating apparatus, your desk. Give thanks for your kitchen, your refrigerator, the food that's in it or that's not in it. When I was broke, I had no food in the refrigerator, but I still gave thanks. Give thanks for your restroom and your bathroom that keeps you hygienic, allows you to remove toxins from your body. It's truly a beautiful thing. Give thanks for whoever is in the home with you. If you're alone, give thanks for space. Give thanks for what's outside your walls, the world, your city, people around you, traffic, opportunities. Give thanks that you have this moment in life. When you ground that inside yourself, you can recover from depression, anger, anxiety, fear, and you can start to build a foundation of happiness. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cameron Devine Crew. Keep listening. This is going to be a daily thing for me. And all I'm going to do is talk about the things that I internalize to make my life better. And I hope that you're able to take some nuggets from this, apply it, and make your life better. Leave a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. If you did, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. But leave a comment. Let me know what you want to hear in the future. Y'all stay up. I'ma holla.